Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're so glad to welcome you as part of our community tonight. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and distributed live stream. By entering this virtual meeting room, you give your consent to be recorded and distributed by Vienna Live with Simeon and other third parties. If you wish to not be recorded, please go to the LinkedIn live video feed, the link to which I've just placed in the chat room. Tonight, our featured guest is singer Douyé, whose new album, Stay With Me, features legendary pianist George Cables, will be the subject of tonight's conversation.
Autumn in New York, why does it seem so inviting? Autumn in New York, it spells the thrill of first nighting. Glittering crowds and shimmering clouds in canyons of steel, they're making me feel I'm home.
Welcome, Douyé.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Douyé, so one striking aspect of your artistry is that you blend Nigerian and American music genres. Tell us about the story of the first time you heard the Great American Songbook.
Oh my goodness. I think I started hearing the songs when I was about 2, 3 years old. You know, as I said earlier, from my last visit to your forum, my dad was a big jazz lover. So that was what we played at home predominantly, So I just listened to the songs growing up, right from childhood. And they're all in here in my head, And that's how I took the interest in loving the songs, and me recording the songs is my way of saluting, celebrating, this the American Songbook, of these great songs, and just trying to add my own interpretation, in the world out there for people to see that this is the way I'm doing it, and this is how I celebrate the songs. So it's an honor for me.
Can you tell us a little bit about the songbook? Are they all just love songs, or are they, what are they all about?
You mean from this album or in general?
From this album.
They're all love songs, Autumn in New York, Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most, Give Me the Simple Life. They're love songs, but I picked the songs for this album because I wanted to tell stories. When I started listening to jazz from time on, what really caught my ear was not just the melodies, but the stories behind the songs. And when a singer, at least in my opinion, when a singer sings a song, that's how you can tell if they are telling stories or if they're just singing the song. I mean, if they're really singing the song, they're telling great stories, to the song. But if they're just singing the song, it's like, okay, anybody can do that, you know. But the depth lies in you telling the story of the song. So I wanted to make that profound with this particular album. I wanted to tell stories. I didn't want to make noise, per se. I wanted to tell stories.
Let's have a listen to our next song. This is Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Once I was a sentimental thing, threw my heart away each spring. Now a spring romance hasn't got a chance. Promised my first dance to winter. All I've got to show's a splinter for my little flame. Spring this year has got me feeling like a horse that never left the post. I lie in my room, staring up at the ceiling. Spring can really hang you up the most. Morning's kiss wakes trees and flowers, and to them I'd like to drink a toast. I walk in the park just to kill lonely hours. Spring can really hang you up the most. All afternoon, those birds tweet. I know the tune. This is love, this is it. Heard it before, and I know the score. And I've decided that spring is a bore. Love seemed sure around the new year. Now it's April. Love is just a ghost. Spring arrived on time. Only what became of you, dear? Spring can really hang you up the most.
Lovely. Now, you said you wanted to do some storytelling. This is quite extraordinary because before you were mostly focusing on Nigerian influenced music, bringing jazz
Mm,
singing to your jazz voice
mm.
to that kind of storytelling. Now you have these standards from the Great American Songbook. How did you choose them for storytelling, and why did you decide to make this album with such a famous pianist?
Oh, I've always followed Mr. Cable's work. I like his play. I like his temperament, um, in performing these songs. And I'd reached out to him and respectfully asked him if he could work with me because I like the way he does stuff, musically. And he responded, positively. And that led to us start deciding the songs um, to have for this album. So he asked me to, pick some songs and see if anything strikes him. And I picked, I think I want to say 16 songs. And it's so funny. We picked the same songs. He asked me, how many songs are you looking to record? I said, with you, 10. And we picked exactly the same songs out of the 16 songs. So it just tells me that we were both thinking alike. He said, what's your vision for this album? I said, I want to tell stories, and I want every song to connect to the next song, to the next song, to the next song. And that's how we put this whole album together. It's almost like when you sit down and you listen to the album from start to finish, it's like a journey, and every song is connecting to the next and to the next. And that was the goal for me, to be able to have people sit down and listen. When I was coming up as a child, the way I saw my dad listen to jazz music, honestly, was with a cigarette. He used to smoke something called Johnson and is it Benson and Johnson? One, I don't know what it is, but it's a cigarette and a whiskey, a glass of whiskey. And he would just close his eyes and listen. He wouldn't move around, he wouldn't jump around. He would just close his eyes and listen. And I remember asking him one time, like, why do you close your eyes and listen to this thing? And it's like, because I want to feel the music. I want to hear the stories. I want every word to feel me. And I want to feel every word. And I was thinking about my dad when I was putting this whole album together, like, how would I want people to hear this music, listen to this particular album? I just want them to sit down, relax, and just listen to the words and the emotions that come out of the songs. And I hope we've captured it.
Let's have a listen to our next track. This is In My Solitude.
Oh.
In my solitude, you haunt me with reveries of days gone by. In my solitude, you taunt me with memories that never die. I sit in my chair, I'm filled with despair. There's no one could be so sad. With gloom everywhere, I sit and I stare. I know that I'll soon go mad. In my solitude, Dear Lord above, send back my love.
Lovely. So you just mentioned something extraordinary that George Cables and you picked the exact same 16 songs from the Great American Songbook, and then even picked next the same 10 songs for your
Yes.
short list. What do you look for when you want to collaborate with a musician? Why do you respect him so much? What makes a great
Oh,
musician?
his sense of maturity, um, musicality, uh, his play, of course, and just being very mature about the music. You know, jazz call for maturity. Jazz is maturity. Why? Because it speaks about life. It speaks about the stories of life. So you need a certain kind of headspace to be able to do jazz. It's not for everybody. And that's an element that I'm always looking for in a musician. And he's a veteran. Mr. Cables is a veteran. He's well vested in the jazz world. He knows jazz. And so much love and respect for him, and that's why I chose it, you know. I think he could tell from my sensibility in the sense of what I was looking for. I told him, I said I was looking for mature songs. I was looking for songs people could sit down and really feel the music. And it's like, all right, let me think about it. And we came with the same songs. it's it's amazing. He's beautiful.
Let's have a listen to our next track. This is "Stay With Me."
I'll give my all forever. I'll move the world, remember, for you, darling. Stay with me. A dance with you now and always. A kiss to last all our days. For you, darling, stay with me. I know I can't make you love me no matter what I say or do. And I know that the greatest gift of all is to find a love that is true. The world may say I'm crazy. I'm heart and soul for my baby. For you, my dear, stay with me. I'm yours to keep eternally. My love song for eternity. For you, darling, stay with me.
And this brings us to the philosophical part of the conversation. Quote, blending the elegance of the Great American Songbook with modern jazz sensibilities, Stay With Me invites listeners on an intimate musical journey filled with warmth, romance, swing, and soul. Every performance reflects Douyé's signature ability to honor the tradition of jazz while bringing her own distinctive voice and contemporary perspective to each song. The first lesson we learn in music, end quote. The first lesson we learn in musicology is that music really doesn't exist in non-Western cultures. That is, music defined as an enriching listening experience, not connected to any other ritual or activity. Something I think along the lines of what you said your father did, smoking a cigarette and drinking a whiskey. What does it take to move listeners in Nigeria into an intimate musical journey filled with warmth, romance, swing, and soul? What does it take to move listeners in the United States?
What can I say? That was an original song. I co-wrote that song with a beautiful musician called Rufus Bordal, who is my co-writer now. And we worked really hard to make sure we write songs that blends with the jazz standards that we were doing, so it doesn't stick out like, oh, that one is different from everything else. We wanted to write songs, that did blend well with the rest of the album. And I'm so grateful, that we were thinking alike and doing things in accordance. And that was what I told him. I said, listen, we have to write songs like back in the day, because those are the reasons why I fell in love with the songs. And he said, okay, let's give it a shot. Let's think Gershwin and Duke Ellington and all of those beautiful musicians. And, thank heavens we captured it. I believe we captured it. I don't know, like I said, when I was coming up as a child, my dad was a full-blown Nigerian, but he was a cosmopolitan. He was he was very open to the Western world music, like jazz and blues and classic R&B, but mostly jazz, And being his daughter, I was very close to my dad. I will sit and listen too, because that's what I would do with him. I just sit there, and sometimes I would sit on his lap and we just listen. And I just close my eyes like he closes his eyes, and we just listen, And it's so funny how, as a child, those foundational years, they really do establish everything in the mindset. You see, I'm 57 years old, and I'm still holding on to those primary years that I fell in love with this music called jazz. And of course, listening to, the jazz standards and all that. And it's like it's wired inside of me, even though I'm a Nigerian. My mom is a Nigerian, my dad is a Nigerian, and I know Nigerian music very well, but I also know jazz. Like, I do know jazz. And it's because, again, my dad had instilled that in me in such a beautiful, welcoming, open way, So it's wired in my fiber, And I think that's why I'm able to do it the way I'm doing it. Because some Nigerians, they've even looked at me and said, were you born in America? I'm like, no, I was born in Lagos. I grew up in Lagos. And they're like, wow, how did you get to have this kind of, sensibility and talent for jazz? It's my parent, my daddy called Landy. That Landy was beautiful. So there we have it.
Let's have a listen to our last song. This is Day to Day.
Wow.
Day to day, I yearn to have you near. I'm lost without you, dear, since you went away. Day to day, those lingering memories and dreamy symphonies of yesterday. today, the never-ending rains, my lonely pen remains like clouds of gray. Day to day, my heart still waits to see when you come back to me. This life I pray.
And do we have any questions? Would anyone like to mention anything to Douyé? Ask any questions? Oh, Dr. Davis would. Dr. Davis.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Unmute. Very nice voice. I enjoy your voice. I
thank
enjoy
you.
the music that you picked, and you sing it with such good feeling. Did your dad play the piano?
No, he did not play any instrument, couldn't even sing. But he'll tell you, I know a good music. I know a good record. He will always say that. This was done well.
He really did well by you. You're a lucky young lady.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Keep singing.
Thanks,
Thank
Dr.
you. I
Davis.
will. I will. I will. I owe that to the world. And I feel this is the truth. I feel my dad's spirit is always around me, telling me, "Yeah, you're gonna do it, right? You're gonna do it, So I can't stop. I really cannot.
Good. Good.
I'm super grateful for him.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Dr.
Thank
Davis.
you.
So, final question then to me. What do you wish all of us who listen to this album, what do you hope your dad would particularly like about this album?
Oh, he'll be so pleased. I can see him with his stick of cigarette up in heaven with a glass of whiskey and just listening. Like, wow, she did it again. I'm so proud of you, Doye. I can hear him saying. So I'm super grateful. I just want the world to enjoy the music. When I do this music, I don't do it for me. I do it for the world. I'm just an instrument that God has, a vessel, that God has chosen to do this, to deliver this to the world. So I take that seriously. I really do. As a matter of fact, I feel superly grateful and just privileged to be picked and be given this gift to do this. I wake up every day and say, thank you, God, for the blessings. Really. So I just want the world to enjoy every bit of it and hopefully to capture their hearts in beautiful ways, in loving ways, and give them more reason to love this thing called jazz.
Let's see how we can get the album. It's at doyemusic.com, and there you see it comes up right away. It's available. All you have to do, you can watch it there. You can learn more about the album. And again, that's doyemusic.com. And Doye, people can reach out to you if they have any questions and they want to get in touch with you.
Yes, you can reach out to me. That's my page right there, my contact page. You can also get the music, Apple Music, Amazon, Bandcamp. I mean, all of them. They're all out there. But you can also get it on my website.
Perfect. So feel free to reach out to Doye and to purchase the album. It's doyemusic.com. Thank you so very much to Doye.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. It's been lovely.
And before we go, I'd like to bring your attention to the Vienna Live website, which is simeonmoro.com. And while you're at it, please check out the sponsorship campaign. Become a sponsor for $5 a month. For $5 a month, you'll receive one Vienna Live Celebrates 5 Years mug. For $10 a month, you'll receive one Vienna Live Celebrates 5 Years mug and one Vienna Live City tote bag. Under one-time payment custom, there's no minimum sponsorship level, so you can sponsor sponsor Vienna Live for however much you like. All sponsorships ensure that Vienna Live continues to operate as a free public music service. And coming up next Wednesday, we have Anthony Wilson, Une idée. Are we the inventors of our own ideas or merely discoverers? Composer Anthony Wilson dives into this question with Une idée, an album of works that explore the concepts and processes of creativity. Wilson takes us on journeys through musical textures and moods, exploring periods and styles while pondering the ephemeral elusivity of original ideas. In doing so, he finds his own originality and develops a sound that's entirely his own creation. Let's discover the newest classical music. That's next Wednesday. Anthony Wilson, Une idée, and all information is available at simeonmorrow.com. Once again, thank you so very much to Douyé. Thank you to Vienna Live's corporate sponsors, including Parma Recordings and individual sponsors. Your ongoing support allows Vienna Live to continue to operate as a free music public service. Thanks very much to my cousin Mike, a marketer from Layer App. If you're an architect or an engineer, they have a really cool tool you should check out. And of course, most of all, thanks to you, our participants, who make it all worthwhile. From Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles, California, goodbye, and see you next Wednesday.
Thank you all.